Is anyone gonna show up?
Just like ow, ow, my leg. I think I'm gonna have a migraine for weeks. Huh? What happened? Where am I? Why am I here? Tails, quick question. There are two Bowser. There's one Bowser, right? Yeah, what do you mean? What in the hell?
Well, well, well. Isn't this a surprise?
Um, Tails, who the f is this? And why is he giving me the most oddest sense of deja vu? I think I'm gonna have a migraine for weeks. Huh? What happened? Where am I? Why am I here? Tails, quick question. There are two Bowser. There's one Bowser, right? Yeah, what do you mean? What in the hell?
Well, well, well. Isn't this a surprise?
Um, Tails, who the f is this? And why is she giving me the most oddest sense of deja vu? I have no idea. But what I can recall is that the explosion with the DNA modifier must have created this thing. What do you think, Bowser? 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 I'm in love. Oh my god. I'm in love.
Never met a person that looks like this before. Booty looking so flippin' bomb. So just touch.
Okay, if anyone's here, just say something.
Don't be intimidated, Squidward. Try to imagine him in his underwear.
Finally, it's about time someone came. Hey, come. I know. Ah, Deku's here. I mean, if you guys have questions, then go ahead and ask. Don't you say it. Don't you say it. Wait, what? Wait, what? No. Not anymore, at least. No, I'm not. Am I a shipper? Yes, I am. But something I don't. But something I don't ship. Hello, Lynx. I'm doing good. So I'm gonna go. Oh, it's time to go. I think. I think Goku. I guess. I think. Eh. Dude, you asked me. Are you sure? Cause it's not Goku has Ultra Instinct of. It's gonna be one hell of a match. It's cause. Just because Saitama's a. Don't be coming at me with that. But the comic, I got character. He can beat anyone. No. Oh, you was not coming in here. And with the actually hold on.
Come about on Twitter because Sonny Strait, the voice actor for Dragon Ball Super, has said that and stated 100% that Krillin is indeed one of the most powerful characters in all of fiction and can solo almost all of Marvel, right? So that means like all these characters in Infinity Gauntlet, whatever the hell you have like ever read about it, Krillin solos all of them, right? He even beats Thor in a wrestling match. That's 100% confirmed. So we're like, okay, what if he goes up against the Cape Baldy, Caillou, okay, Saitama? What would occur if these two bald motherfuckers went up against each other? And we'll do today, I have paired the programming pussy. So we're going to be determining who can win in this battle. So, Perry, please start up with your amazing arguments, mister.
Alright, so memes aside, so the VA for Krillin really did, like, try to come out and say that Krillin, like, solos most of Marvel. And I was like, excuse me, Mr. Straight, like, Krillin might solo maybe, like, most of the Marvel, like, live-action movies, but, he's definitely not taking out all the comics. And Chuck had to debunk him too because he started using like the Marvel Wiki to try to say Krillin could like lift more than the Hulk and stuff.
No, like Thor can only lift 100 tons.
Yeah. So he really wanted Krillin to be tough, and I was like, Sonny, there's a better way to go about this than saying that Krillin solos like Marvel. There's better ways to go about it. So I was like, you know what? What's a really powerful character that's really overhyped that Krillin could.
I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna say that Krillin claps Saitama.
Before you guys get the pitchforks out and start disliking, you guys need to hear what we're gonna say first because we already know how this goes.
Fault's gonna come.
Saitama's a get character. He can beat anyone.
Fault's gonna come no matter what we say. So slap a like on it if you like these type of videos. If you like objective views on how these work, please slap a like because the normies are gonna flame. So anyway. Let's start this off by kind of attacking the whole gag character, stronger than all of fiction kind of.
Not much,
This
Goku.
falls under two
Not
categories.
much.
So for one, when you claim Saitama's a gag character without it ever really being directly stated by the author or in the story itself, you're kind of committing to a Hitchens razor. So a Hitchens razor is where if you claim something without a lot of evidence, it can be dismissed without a lot of evidence. So like, for example, a lot of people are like, well, in IMDb it's stated to be a comedy, or sometimes it's stated to be a parody. It's like, well, that's not like the actual author or story. That's just somebody, that'd be their interpretation of how the story works, right? It would still be a Hitchens razor because the story doesn't operate much like that at all. Also, an Occam's razor in this case would be claiming things that are really substantial. So like, Saitama can one-shot all of fiction. When people claim that Saitama can one-shot all of fiction because it's in his character, you need substantial evidence to prove that. So the bigger the claim, the more evidence you need. However, Saitama does not fall
You gonna make a vid?
enough evidence.
Oh, can't wait. Can't wait.
Because he's never done anything like that. Real quickly, I'm gonna be as objective as possible, so no one gets salty. Let's go over the type of people that Saitama actually fights. So there's a wolf class, appearance of a being or of a group that might pose a threat. Whatever, right? It's whatever gang of people is starting shit. A tiger would be a threat endangering the lives of a great number of people. Once again, it doesn't really mean a whole lot. Next would be demon, a threat endangering a whole city or its infrastructure. That'd be like barely city level. Dragon, a threat endangering more.
New tonight.
I'm thinking.
What? A friend request.
Multiple cities. And the thing is, once you get to dragon level, like beings like the Elder Centipede require Metal Knight, Tatsumaki, or Blast to take care of, or Saitama. Once you get dragons, almost top tier in the verse. And at this point, you're barely just multiple city level. And then a god tier would be a threat endangering the survival of all humanity. Now, Saitama has fought two god tiers, the human monster and Boros, which we'll get into in a bit. Basically, 99%, everyone Saitama fights is city level or lower. So just because Saitama one-shot city-level beings does not mean he can fight people that are nigh omnipotent, author tier, beyond dimensional tiering, beyond infinite, because there are characters that stack infinities on top of each other. Like, people are like, oh, Saitama, he's infinite because he broke his limits. Well, there's characters that are infinitely greater than infinite in fiction. That's what dimensional tiering is. That's what multiverses are. That's what hyperverses are. There's just not enough evidence, and it falls under Occam's razor. So, and another thing with Hitchens is, if you're going by, the title of the story, like One Punch Man means he can actually one-punch anything, then you could say Vegeta's Big Bang attack is actually a fucking Big Bang because it's called that. Or you could say that Dokkan battle characters that are called, like Vegito, he is called Azure Omnipotence. I guess Vegito's just omnipotent now because that's
What the frick?
It's like GT Goku that's called omnipotent in his verse. So it's like, are they actually omnipotent? Probably not. It's probably just a title. So those are two fallacies that a lot of people do actually commit when dealing with these types of scenarios.
But hold on, Seth. You're forgetting one thing, though. Didn't Variant Comics say that it would take the entire Justice League to defeat these moles and all these random villains that can destroy cities? Aren't you kind of, just underestimating the power of these random moles?
Did you say defeat God people? He said... Well, he said, well, he's not sure of that. He level threat people or lower, but we don't really know if he can beat God people yet.
And these other characters, even the crickets.
Yeah, apparently being a city-level threat is enough to solo DC and Marvel Comics. That's coming from Sunny Stray and Variant Comics, so it must be true. There's nobody in DC or Marvel that's above city level. Clearly, dude. And going by the definition of the disaster tiers in One Punch Man, a god-level threat would be a threat endangering the survival of all of humanity, or something that could destroy all of humanity relatively quickly. Which literally means that a Cyberman from the Saiyan Saga, every single Cyberman individually, would be a god-level threat in One Punch Man. Simply because they scale past King Piccolo. King Piccolo can obliterate cities casually, and he said he could destroy all life on the planet. And there's also, Piccolo, who vaporized the moon with exatons of force, which would be almost small planet level, simply due to the velocity and the way he obliterated beyond its gravitational pull exponentially. So these Cybermen would be able to would probably be able to life wipe the planet or destroy a large chunk of Earth quite casually.
Seriously?
And that would mean they're a god-level threat. They'd be beyond Elder Centipede. They would actually one-shot almost every fighter that we've experienced in One Punch Man, say maybe Boros and the Human Monster. I'm not even really exaggerating with that. They would also have a speed level beyond, Kid Goku. Kid Goku was able to dodge light, and these Cybermen surpassed him numerous times over. Piccolo's blast hit the moon in less than 4 seconds, almost relativistic speeds, and the Cybermen are almost 4 times more powerful than that. So these Cybermen by scaling, would be hitting the high relativistic speeds, almost the speed of light. So these Cybermen would in fact be basically the strongest things in this verse. Not the absolute strongest, but some of the strongest. And then Krillin in just the Saiyan Saga is able to one-shot the entire squad of Cybermen. Absolutely no difficulty, just because he got a little irritated. And then he unlocks his potential, becomes exponentially more powerful. He classifies as someone that can blow up the planet, at least using the El Legendario manga, which was it was supervised by Bird Studio, which is Toriyama's basically personal staff almost. And so he's planetary, at least on Namek. And then when he fights Frieza, he becomes exponentially more powerful. Guides say he becomes over 7 times more powerful from here. His Destructo Disc can cut Frieza in half. And Frieza in his first form was capable of obliterating planet Vegeta with over 1.7 tenatons of force, a planet with over 10 times the mass of Earth, far beyond its gravitational radius exponentially and in an instant. So this would be a small dwarf star level attack. Final form Frieza becomes hundreds of times stronger, and the scaling of Krillin only gets more insane from there.
However, in the guide, one of the guides that came out, it actually said that it could be